Ever watched your rival team get absolutely crushed and felt a wave of pure, unadulterated joy? That feeling, that little spark of happiness at someone else's failure, has a name, Schadenfreude. But when it comes to sports, it's not just any kind of Schadenfreude. It's something deeper, something ancient. What you're actually feeling is your brain treating this modern game like an ancient tribal battle. Your tribe just defeated a rival, and you're celebrating the victory. Today, we're diving into the psychology of sports rivalry, exploring how our primitive instincts for group survival and warfare are still running the show in the world of modern sports. Let's get specific. Think about it. The joy you feel when your rival loses is often more intense than the happiness you feel when your own team wins a regular game. Why is that? This is what psychologists call aggression-based Schadenfreude. It's not just about a simple competition. It's about identity, dominance, and the primal need for your group to be on top. When your rival suffers a humiliating defeat, your brain's reward centers light up, releasing dopamine just as they would if you personally achieved a major success. It's a powerful, visceral reaction, and it all comes down to our evolutionary past. For tens of thousands of years, humans lived in small, tight-knit tribes. Your survival depended entirely on the strength and success of your group. You competed with other tribes for resources, territory, and mates. In this environment, another tribe's failure was your tribe's gain. A weakened rival meant more security and better prospects for your people. This in-group versus out-group mentality became hardwired into our psychology. We developed an instinctive loyalty to our own kind, and inherent suspicion or even hostility towards outsiders. Sports fandom, with its colors, chants, and intense loyalty, taps directly into this ancient programming. Your team is your tribe. Their stadium is your territory. And the opposing team? They're the rival tribe encroaching on your resources, in this case, the championship trophy and bragging rights. The language we use in sports is a dead giveaway. We talk about battles on the field, wars of attrition, defeating the enemy, and dominating the opponent. Players are warriors, and a tough season is a campaign. This isn't just a coincidence. It reflects the underlying psychological framework we're operating in. When we adopt a team, we're not just picking a favorite laundry color. We're joining a tribe. This tribal identity becomes a part of who we are. Studies have shown that dedicated fans experience hormonal shifts during games that mirror those of actual combatants. Testosterone levels rise in anticipation of a big match and can surge after a victory or plummet after a loss. Your body is literally preparing for and reacting to a conflict. This tribal mindset also explains one of the darker aspects of sports fandom, the dehumanization of rivals. To truly relish an enemy's defeat, it helps if you don't see them as fully human. Think about the names you call rival fans, the insults, the stereotypes. It's a way of creating psychological distance. By framing them as lesser or other, it becomes easier to celebrate their misfortune without feeling empathy. This is the same psychological mechanism that has been used throughout history to justify conflict and aggression between groups. In the context of sports, it's usually harmless trash talk, but it stems from a very real and potentially dangerous part of our nature. When you see a rival fan, you don't see a person who also has a job, a family, and a mortgage. You see a symbol of the opposing tribe, and your primal brain reacts accordingly. This group dynamic is amplified by social identity theory, which suggests that a significant part of our self-esteem is derived from the groups we belong to. When your team wins, it's a we victory. You didn't score the winning goal, but you feel a sense of personal accomplishment. Your social identity has been enhanced. The success of the group becomes your success. Conversely, when your team loses, it can feel like a personal failure. This is why losses can be so devastating to diehard fans. It's an attack on their identity, and this is also why a rival's loss feels so good. It simultaneously elevates your group's status and, by extension, your own self-esteem, while diminishing the status of the other. It's a double win for your ego. The rituals of sports fandom further solidify these tribal bonds. Wearing team colors is like putting on a uniform, signaling your allegiance. Tailgating before a game is a form of communal gathering, strengthening social ties within the tribe. The synchronized chants and songs in a stadium are not just noise. They are a powerful tool for creating a sense of unity and collective identity. It's the modern equivalent of a war dance or a tribal chant before a battle. These shared experiences create what sociologists call collective effervescence, a feeling of being part of something larger than yourself. This powerful emotional connection is what makes sports so compelling and what makes the rivalry so intense. You're not just watching a game. You're participating in a sacred tribal ritual. So is this all bad? Not necessarily. For the most part, sports rivalry is a healthy outlet for these ancient, aggressive instincts. It allows us to experience the thrill of tribal conflict, the versus them mentality in a controlled, symbolic environment where the consequences aren't life and death. It provides a sense of belonging and community that is often missing in modern, individualized society. It connects us to family, to our city, to a history. It gives us a shared language and shared emotional experiences. Cheering for a team can be a profoundly positive and bonding experience. It's a way to channel our primal need for group identity into something that, most of the time, is just good fun. However, it's crucial to remain aware of the dark side. When we're not conscious of these underlying psychological forces, the line between healthy rivalry and genuine hostility can blur. We've all seen or heard stories of fandom turning ugly brawls in the stands, vandalism, and truly hateful online behavior. This is what happens when the psychological dehumanization switch gets flipped too far. The rival fan is no longer a symbolic enemy but a real one. The game is no longer a game but a real war. This is our primitive brain taken over completely, overriding our modern, rational mind. Understanding the why behind these feelings is the first step in keeping them in check. Recognizing that the intense hatred you might feel for a rival team is a product of evolutionary programming can help you take a step back and keep it in perspective. It's about finding the balance. Enjoy the passion, the community, and yes, even the schadenfreude. Celebrate when your rival fumbles at the 1-yard line. Relish their fourth-quarter collapse. It's a natural, human, and frankly, fun part of being a sports fan. But remember what's really happening in your head. You're not a bad person for enjoying their failure. You're just a modern human with an ancient brain. Your inner caveman is just high-fiving the rest of the tribe because you secured the good hunting grounds for another season. By understanding the deep-seated tribal roots of sports rivalry, we can better appreciate the incredible passion it inspires, while also being mindful of where that passion comes from. It allows us to be better fans, passionate, loyal, but also self-aware. So the next time you find yourself screaming with joy as your rival's star player makes a critical error, take a moment to smile. You're not just watching a game. You're taking part in a tradition as old as humanity itself. You're engaging in a symbolic modern-day tribal war, and your brain is loving every second of it. Just try to remember that the other tribe gets to go home to their families, too. Thanks so much for watching. What's the most intense rivalry in your favorite sport? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear about the tribes you all belong to. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the psychology of sports, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. See you next time.